Hi there friends, this is Prageet and I'm just making this short video just to let you know that I'm heading down to LA in a couple of days, and I'm actually going to be talking with Lee Carroll, a great friend, and as most of you know, he's the original channel for Cryon. And Lee is creating this online TV series where he's interviewing people about what's happened in their lives. So I'm really happy to be able to share with you some of the amazing stories that how this little boy who was living in this tiny little village in the south of England ended up living in this beautiful home in Mount Shasta, channeling this strange entity that most of my friends from back then would look at me as if I was totally weird. So this is going to take you through my whole life from my childhood, where I was in this, as I said, a tiny little village school, and then moving into adulthood, I was totally freaked out. My father said, well, now you've got to get a job. And it was like, what? Although knew this was going to have to happen at some point, I was terrified. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to get a job. And so some of the things that happened in my life will be shared. Like I even thought about being a policeman. If I look back at that now. But anyway, I actually became a teacher, and you'll hear some stories about that. And then when I discovered Osho, who many of you know, I've spent many years with him. And I decided that I was going to drive to India, and all kinds of stories happened along the way. And you'll be hearing some of those amazing things. But there was much more that happened. As you know, I went to India, and then after a while I moved to the States because Osho had come to the States. Some stories about that. Then what happened afterwards, discovering the island of Maui and what happened there. Wow. There's so much that I really want to share, and so many fascinating stories about how the guides work with you, how the guides support you every step of the way. I can look back over my life and see how the guidance was happening, even though I knew nothing about guides. So, some incredible stories. How I almost drove off a cliff with a busload of people. That was quite something. In Afghanistan, where you can't even go now, something terrible happened. We had no idea what we were going to do. So, I'm looking forward to sharing this all with you. And another interesting thing, which I'll just add before I leave, is that one day, Alcazar said to me, now it's time to work with Cryon. And it was like, I can't do that. I can't go up to this guy who doesn't know me and say, oh, my guide said I have to work with you now. So you'll see in these stories how the guides arranged it for me and Lee, Alcazar and Cryon to start working together. So on March the 21st, we're going to be doing a live broadcast. You can actually, wherever you are, you can listen live online because we're live streaming. And if it's difficult for you in that time, you can actually get the recording afterwards. And the details are in the link below this little video. If you happen to live in the LA area, you can come and join us in the studio where we're filming. It's actually happening in a beautiful hotel. Okay, so I hope to see you if you're there, and I hope that you'll be watching at some point to share these incredible stories with you. Thanks. I love you all. Bye-bye.